Hey, yo, check it.
Welcome back, hero.
My word is my sword, Hokage and Batosai, pulling the blades out of the forge, yo. Prior to my knowledge of the Force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under gray skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind to lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast,
Theme song is
playing. My swordplay when blades clash.
Boom. What up, though? Can you hear me? I know we're live now, but you can hear me now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Thanks.
Sure
Yeah,
can.
we are reporting from the respective cribs as we've got to deal with some health and protocol out type shit. It's all good though. Making sure we're quarantining, making sure that we're getting vaccinated, making sure that you're doing the right thing, social distancing, all that good stuff. But yeah, bro, what have you been currently into? Besides looking meditative with all of your martial arts paraphernalia out can't put it on film.
Put it on film. Yeah, man. This is episode 93, I think, right?
Sure.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, man, same. I've been watching that 2012 Ninja Turtle show, man. Still, I'm on season 3 now. Season 2 was fire. They kind of, man, the finale of season 2 was crazy. That's like the crane invasion of like Earth and New York, and then there's a story from the comic books where Leo gets like caught by the Foot when he's alone, and he has to fight like a whole army of them by himself, and he almost dies, and they kind of do that in this episode, and it was really, really dope, man. And another thing I really like about the 2012 Ninja Turtles cartoon is, bro, Shredder is such an animal. You know what I mean? Like, this is like anytime they fight Shredder, like they're not winning. And it's not close. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it's supposed to be.
That's the way it's got to be. Yeah, that's the way it was in the. I mean, we always talk about the original movie, the 1990 movie, and how Shredder was bro. He whooped all 4 of their asses with low difficulty, no problem.
Mm-hmm. And that's how it is. And then and then they leave you on like the cliffhanger because Shredder kind of whoops, because Splinter be on there washing cats, and Shredder, then to season 2, Shredder finally beats him. I'm just amazed at how good this show is. I'm on season 3 now. I'm like halfway through season 3. There's 5 seasons, so each season's got about like 24, 25 episodes. So I'll probably be done with it in the next couple weeks. I literally watch like a bunch of episodes every day. Also, man, play a little basketball for the first time in like 2 years, man.
And I saw you posted some videos. Tell us about that.
My summer is just, I just train kids and do camps like all summer. And this last camp I was doing is Oakland Elite. That's the AU team my son plays for, and I coach. And there's like a big Oakland Elite camp. This camp's a little different from the other one I do. Like the one I do at my old college is more. It's a lot of kids that are just kind of there for like activities. You know what I'm saying? So it can be a little baby city at times. But like the Oakland Elite camp is like full of hoopers. It's like all kids that hoop for real. So it's a little easier. And basically, on the Friday, he wanted to do Ro. He's the guy who runs it. He wanted to do like a counselor all-star game for the kids. And I'm like, man, I haven't played in like 2 years, but I'm like, I'm gonna play. So what they did was they had the kids, he split the kids up, like the kids that are like younger, you know what I'm saying? They were on this side and they picked their team, and then the other kids that are like my son's age and up, they were on this side, they picked their team. So let the kids make the teams, you know what I'm saying? And
Between the counselors, right?
yeah, they pick the teams. And my sons, I think they won first pick, the kids that are around his age. And they're like, who should we pick? And Jay's like, he's like, my dad is sweet, pick my dad. You know what I'm saying? And then the kids and I'm like telling them, y'all need to pick Jalen, like pick Jalen and then pick me. Because Jalen is like, bro, he's like 6'9". He still plays overseas. He's just a monster. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, y'all need to pick Jalen. And they picked this other dude named Peter. and then they picked me. And then like, I haven't played ball in like 2 years, but my situation is a little different. Remember, you were saying how, because you just kind of quit cold turkey and hadn't played in forever.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it was cold turkey, but it was just like when I stopped playing, I didn't.
It was pretty abrupt. It was pretty abruptly.
Well, it wasn't really that abrupt. It was just when I finally did stop, it just was a really long stretch before I picked up a ball again, like years.
Oh, okay, right. And for me, it was like I never, even though I haven't played in a couple of years, I never completely left the game like that. You know what I mean? I was always coaching my kid and like training kids and all that and doing camps and stuff. So, but like, bro, I played and it felt like I've never left. It was pretty funny. I was going crazy. I had the kids in there going nuts. Like I was pulling up, hitting contested NBA threes. The floater was still there. Handle, speed. It was pretty dope. The only thing is we played like a 12-minute. We played like a little 12-minute quarter, and I had 10 points in the 12 minutes, but it felt like we played for an hour. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I know how that
is. Funny.
That's
yeah, that was dope. That was fun to get back into that and everything. So yeah, man, that's what I was on. And then of course, we gotta talk about the basketball stuff later. So I'll let you go ahead. What have you been into, man?
Well, so I'm gonna make another prediction here. I'm gonna predict that this is a show that you're gonna absolutely fall in love with. I've been watching on Netflix. The Toys That Made Us. Are you familiar with this on Netflix?
Oh, I have seen it. I actually love that show.
Yeah. So I've been
a documentary series about the toys that we all know. Yeah, I watched it. I like that.
So yeah, I watched most of them already, but
It's crazy because you've seen them, and a lot of the stuff they talk about on there is stuff that we all grew up on.
Yes.
So seeing how they like got here, because a lot of like Power Rangers and stuff is like some Japan stuff. And just like seeing how it all happened, it's pretty dope to me. So I do
like for example, a lot of people know it's common knowledge that Power Rangers is Super Sentai, but it's redubbed over in English. But what a lot of people don't know is that the first season of Power Rangers that we got in America was like the 9th or 10th season of Super Sentai in Japan. So like that shit had been there for literally decades.
Yeah.
And Stan Lee actually tried to get Power Rangers or Super Sentai over in America like 20 years earlier, like in the 80s or like in the late 70s, early 80s. And they kind of laughed him out of the room like, bro, this shit's corny. Like we don't want anything to do with this, and how wrong they were.
Which is nuts, right? Because can you imagine if Marvel had have done the Power Ranger comic books that like they're just now doing now? You know what I'm saying?
That would have been fire.
That'd been fire.
And just being really interested in like the formula that He-Man and G.I. Joe and Turtles and all that, create the concept of the toy first, then the comic, then the show to promote the toy. As kids, it's really interesting that we never considered that.
We never put that together. Like watching all these things that have no plot.
Right, with the exception of Turtles. And Turtles was a comic first, and they didn't really think about toys. But like He-Man, G.I. Joe, to a certain extent, Power Rangers. Like these concepts were created specifically to sell toys only. And like
even like you can even see that now, like in the Snake Eyes movie. Like there's a point in that film where you just like, all right, they're trying to sell toys. You know what I'm saying? Like it starts getting a little wacky.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So anyways, that's really dope to see some history on that. So yeah, man. So the first topic that we have here, as far as a little bit of a wrestling check-in, what is a really strong, unpopular opinion that you have about wrestling? A strong, unpopular wrestling opinion.
Let's see. Oh yeah, I saw that on Twitter, making the rounds on Twitter about a week ago. Obviously I have a lot, you know me, but I think one my go-to, my simple go-to is always that just Shawn Michaels is just overrated. He's nowhere near the best wrestler ever. Yeah, that's an easy one. And that's an easy one.
Triple H also.
Right. And those are easy ones to kind of piss some people off, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And start some stuff. But I think that another one that I kind of have is that I always say that Ricky the Dragon Steamboat is like the true GOAT of the 80s because the 80s were a time where like wrestling was all about like big, slow, like steroid guys with no moves and just really charismatic, you know what I'm saying? Like Hogan and Ultimate Warrior, like these are the guys that were like the big stars at the time. And then even like Flair was a better wrestler than all those guys, but he still kind of had like the over the top personality, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then the guy like Ricky Steamboat was able to kind of become a superstar off of nothing but like just being a dope wrestler, you know what I'm saying? And that's it.
Yeah.
He didn't really have like so I always think that I think it's more impressive that he kind of became who he was at the height of wrestling being all about the other stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good take, bro. Mine is similar to that, but a little bit more. It's a little hotter, dog. I flat out am not into old school wrestling, bro. Like I like the stories and I like the characters and I like the spectacle, like all of that stuff is fun. But the wrestling is trash, bro. Them niggas was trash. I mean, and so like obviously you got to understand time and place, right? Just like it's like going back and looking at Star Wars Episode 4 and being like, these special effects are garbage. But like for 1976, it's like, or 1973, whatever it was, it's groundbreaking. You never seen anything like it. So back then, 60s, 70s, 80s, like these guys, the type of wrestling that they did at the time was like really, really groundbreaking and really just like absolute peak pinnacle. And compared to wrestlers now, and I know, and this is where it gets unpopular because a lot of people don't like the flippy shit. They don't like the high spots. They don't like any of that. But that shit just looks better. It's way more entertaining. It's way more entertaining. And I'm not like, I'm not the same type of wrestling purist as a lot of people are. Like, I like the athleticism. I like the spectacle. I like the storylines, which is pretty standard. But like the thing that I'm not attached to is like the old school, gotta work a limb, gotta goddamn gotta slow my body. Like, I'm not into that. Like I don't like I know enough about wrestling to appreciate like that like there's artists, there's like skill that goes into it. But for me now in the year 2021, I'm trying to see a nigga do a backflip off a goddamn off a billboard and land into your soft drink, and then put somebody in a figure 16 death lock. Like I'm trying to see all the sweet moves. And I know that's super unpopular. A lot of wrestling What they call them, smarts.
Yeah, smart marks.
They're not gonna like that. They're gonna think that's a Oh, you're just a casual. Like, okay, whatever. Then I guess I'm just a casual. But that's the stuff that I like. So,
right. No, I feel that, bro. And I am kind of a wrestling purist more so, but that doesn't mean like you already know me. Yes, give me the sweet stuff. I like the sweet stuff. I like the flippy stuff. I think Kenny Omega's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think at the same time, like my thing with stuff like that is I love it absolutely, but I do think that they be kind of getting away from the point. Like for one, I hate when cats be kicking out of destroyers. No, you're dead. That's the move.
On that.
Like you're dead. You died from that. You can't. You know what I'm saying? Like
you got dropped on your head off the top rope.
That's the craziest move ever. Like I hate seeing people kick out of destroyers. Man.
I agree.
But just in that sense, that's the only thing that bothers me. But other than that, like, yeah, of course, give me the sweet stuff. Give me the athleticism. Give me the. I'm trying to see Pac do the Black Arrow, which is
bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, spectacular.
Yeah, I love all that stuff. I just hate when cats kick out of death.
Speaking of kicking out of stuff, here's one thing that's always sort of bothered me about pro wrestling. Is that I sometimes have trouble with like the disproportionate nature of like devastating finishers. Like I'm sorry, bro. I feel like, and this present company is very anti Hulk Hogan, but like he had the worst finisher ever, maybe.
Facts.
Like, bro, like if you got like a trap, and just to show you I'm fighting fair. Sting, my favorite wrestler of all time. I love the Scorpion Deathlock because that's like, it's a sharpshooter. That shit hurts.
Mm-hmm.
It put me in it one time. I know I've said this before, but that shit hurts for real. and I love like the iconic nature of the Scorpion Death drop. But I almost wish that he had one like that the Scorpion Death drop was like a signature move, but not a finisher. And he had one more like, hey, I'm gonna take you, I'm gonna fucking spin around and drop you on your head type shit.
But in the sense of what you were just saying about the time, right? Like at the time, bro.
Sure, nobody had ever seen it inverted.
Cats weren't really doing inverted DDTs like that.
That's facts. That's a good point. Okay, you talked me off the ledge a little bit.
So seeing him kind of, and then like you got to think about Sting as a character too, bro. Like with him when he broke it out, it was new. Like not only had you not seen like him do it, we hadn't really seen anybody
do it. Yeah, that's facts.
So then for him to come back as this like dark character with this like cool move you hadn't seen, it was cool, man. I liked it.
Yeah. I
of course now.
Yeah, if a new wrestler came out and their finisher was the Scorpion Death Drop, I would be like,
come on, bro, you got to do better.
I don't know about that.
I seen a cat kick out of, but that's the whole thing with the destroyers, bro. Like I seen a cat kick out of a destroyer last night. Like,
you mean to tell me the nigga dropped you on the back on like your shoulders that you can't get out of that? Like, come on, dog. Anyways, but yeah,
absolutely.
Wrestling hot takes, wrestling unpopular opinions.
Hey, real quick before we move on, I saw a trailer. There's a Blade Runner. It's called Blade Runner Black Lotus, and it's like a CGI animated show that's coming out, and it looks fire.
I'm on it.
Yeah, it looks really dope. So I'm definitely checking that out when it comes out.
Yep, I'm up on that. It's actually, they're speaking of cyberpunk, they're supposedly making a cyberpunk anime as well, similarly themed. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Looking forward to it. All right, bro.
Is the cyberpunk anime going to be like associated with the game?
Yes.
Okay.
If there is still a game, we'll see. All right, man. It's time, bro. We got to check in on our summer league teams. Hold on.
Boy.
Wait a minute. I don't want to. I'm not fielding any. So we have recorded this on Monday. You're going to see this on Tuesday. So you'll probably have the Pistons are going to be playing Jalen Green and the Rockets by the time or probably right after you watch this. I fully expect So you look. All right, let me just start here. I'm not fielding any Cade Cunningham criticism. I'm not fielding any of it, and not for a full calendar year. I'm not. This man is 19 years old. I don't want to hear nothing. So I'll start with the obvious, right? You look at the box score. Oh, 12 points, 5 of 17 shooting, 5 turnovers, 6 of 6 rebounds. Oh man, he's a bust, right? Like, okay, so did you watch the game or no?
Right.
If you watch the
number one pick, I mean, honestly, it's just important that he is. The fact that he took 17 shots is important.
Right, bro.
That's actually good.
It is good, man. What I saw when I watched the game, because I actually watched the game, was a guy getting to his spot. I mean, I did, bro. I mean, you got to do that before you have a take. Yeah, I saw a guy getting to his spot whenever he wanted. I saw a guy who was like taking easy breezy shots, like didn't force anything, didn't rush anything, missed a couple of bunnies, missed some very, very makeable shots. I didn't see him get hurried up. I saw him turn the ball over once that was, just a missed dribble. I also saw him pass the ball to a trash, super weak, range NBA player, and him like whoopsie daisy the ball out of bounds 4 different times.
And him get a turnover for it.
Right. And he ended up with 5 turnovers. So you should do that there. I mean, and they all happened in a span of like 5 minutes, bro. It like Tyler Cook like openly was making people worse out there. Like he was openly trash, like making people bad. He was making his team trash. So I saw nothing to be concerned about. I also saw him like being posted up on guards and like didn't and calling for the ball and didn't get it. I saw him. I saw him like pass up on shots that because he made a real big point about like, look, I'm not trying to come in here and score the ball every single time. I'm trying to make sure people get involved. I saw him being super unselfish, probably to a fault, and like being able to score probably whenever he wanted and deciding not to. So I expect to see him look like the number 1 pick tomorrow. And I also expect Jalen Green to continue to look good. You know why? Because he can fucking hoop.
Right.
Like it's not this thing where like only one person gets to be good and we just miss out. Like, bro, like all these niggas can hoop, dog. Like it's a reason why the top 1, 2, and 3 picks. Even Evan Mobley, he didn't have a great game, but based on what I was looking at, I was like, okay, he looks pretty raw, but like I can see why people think he's going to be good. Like because he was out there 7 foot running around like a guard out there. Like it's fine. It's been one game, one summer league game. And so I think it'll be all good. So that's my summer league Pistons check-in. What do you think? What are your thoughts on all this?
Yeah, man. So the first game, Moody and Kuminga didn't even play. So I was kind of worried, like, oh boy, you know what I mean? Here we go. Because the Warriors summer league roster is like loaded. Like they got Jordan Poole on there. Like I don't think he's gonna play. I don't think he shouldn't. You know what I mean? In my opinion, I think he's already polished enough to not play summer league. And then like
who you think is polished enough to not play summer league?
Jordan Poole.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and then they. I would have liked to see Nico Mannion on there, but I know he was in Tokyo playing.
For Italy.
Italy. So I don't think he's going to be on there. But then they traded Eric Paschall to the Jazz, which made me so mad. I like him a lot, and they traded him, and then they didn't even get. They didn't get anything. They just got a 2nd round pick or something like that. So
wow,
I was upset about that because I was kind of wanting them to try to grab Joe Ingles or something off of Utah. They didn't. So I don't know. Anyway, back to before I start going down my rabbit hole of being mad at their offseason moves. Yeah, bro. So I finally did. I tuned in. I got to see Moody and Kuminga play, and they were very clearly the 2 best players on the floor. I mean, I don't know what the future is going to hold for them because, like I said, they don't fit our timeline right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if they both ended up getting moved or if they only kept one. But I will say I do like them both, especially Moody. I really like Moody. He just plays. He's super smooth and like under control. You know what I'm saying? I really like his game. Kaminga he's just like he seems he's a lot more of the kind of raw between the two, but
True.
he just like an athlete, dominated on the physical side of things. So I do think he's going to be a good player, but I'd like Moody a lot more if I had to pick between the two. But I like the way they both look, so gonna keep watching it and seeing what else they bring.
Yeah, I agree. I expected what I saw from Moody. I was impressed with what I saw from Kuminga because he's very, very raw.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if next game he poops the bed, just because that's what raw players do. But I tend to still think that both of those guys are going to get traded at some point. But
yeah, me too.
Just because, like, bro, if they don't, man, what are y'all doing?
What are y'all doing?
If they don't trade those players, like,
what are y'all doing?
Maybe they feel better now because Steph signed a contract. But like, if I'm Steph,
you still can't. That still doesn't mean that you just do a bunch of stuff like you're rebuilding a team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And neither one of those guys are going to be good enough to replace Steph Curry. Like say for example, like if they had traded for like the number 1 or number 2 pick and they got like Cade or Jalen Green, then I could say like, all right, well at least they got a guy that like has generational talent, so that 4 or 5 years from now when Steph is about done, they will have already started to usher in the new guy. But these guys are not that.
No, I agree with that, and I just like, and even it's the Kuminga pick, man. Like Moody kind of fits our style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I could see where he would fit in, even though I don't really want him to, and I kind of want them to trade him anyway. But Kuminga, I don't understand that pick. That just seems like, let's get the best dude on the board and like try to trade him. That's what it seems like.
That's what a lot of analysts have been saying, that like even though the picks would have been way more valuable before they were players,
100%.
If I guess they figure, all right, well we're run out of time for this, so if we want to wait till after free agency to see what other moves we can make, we might as well just get the two highest upside players that are available, so that we can have some value to trade at some point. So.
I guess, man. I don't know what the heck they're doing.
It is silly. Speaking of basketball, the Olympic United States men's basketball team won a gold medal despite looking absolutely horrible for the first half of the Olympics. So what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts are that Patty Mills.
Fair enough. No, speaking of Patty Mills, I know that's your guy.
Yes, facts. But yeah, bro. My apologies, Team USA, but you already know I was pulling for my guy Patty Mills. He's one of my favorite players ever, and I was really wanted him to get a medal. You know, they lost to Team USA in the semifinal, so they had to play Luka and Slovenia for the bronze. And I woke up at 7 to watch that game, and Patty, bro, he was not about to lose that game. He went nuts, dropped 42, 9 assists, and he just looked like when you watch that game, bro, he really just looked like he was not about to lose that game. Like he was gonna do everything he could to not lose that game. Australia has a really good national team, and they've never won a medal. They've got 4th place like 5 times or something crazy like that.
That's crazy that they never won a medal.
Yeah, so this is their first one, and it was really dope just to watch that in that game. And Luka, he kind of had a crappy attitude, man. That whole game, it was weird.
Really, what happened?
He got a tech. He was just kind of making faces at his just crappy body language, arguing with the refs.
Was he thinking his team was too weak, or?
That's what it seemed like to me. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Luka. I mean, Luka's my guy. I've been a day one Luka supporter. But even with all that, the basketball hipsters have made me really critical of him. They want you to believe that he's this Luka's he's a little bit of a whiner, bro. He's a little bit of a complainer.
That's what I saw big time in this game. And Patty, I mean, look at the results. He was
how much did they win by?
I don't exactly remember. It was close, and then they would like blow it open, and then they would start making a run, and then it would get close again. So it wasn't a blowout. Like, it was a really good game. Patty Mills he killed it, man. And then I thought it was really dope because him and Kevin Durant kind of shared a moment at the medal ceremony because he's about to be playing for the Nets. So they're about to be teammates next season, which is dope, man. And then on the USA side of things, Kevin Durant, unstoppable.
also, bro, Drew Holiday. I've been a little bit of a Drew Holiday hater, but over this past summer, he's made me a believer. Not because I was accurate about his offense. Like, I've never been blown away by him as an offensive player, but I've never seen
unbelievable defender.
Bro, I've never seen a defensive player control the game on defense the way he does since Ben Wallace. And Ben Wallace was a center.
Right.
Like, he was like putting people
very, very disruptive.
Bro, like he was taking over the game by just
on defense.
I've never seen anything like that before. Like I've become a little bit of a Drew Holiday fan. Shout out to him.
Yeah, and him and Chris Middleton are the first. I believe they're the first teammates to ever win the championship and a Olympic gold medal since Jordan and Pippen.
Wow.
In '96, I think. So that's pretty crazy, man.
That is crazy.
Think about that. But yeah, Olympics was dope, man. I don't know if you saw the first team, the All Olympic team. It was Patty Mills, Ricky Rubio, Luka, Kevin Durant, and Rudy Gobert. I think that's what it was.
I don't know about Rudy Gobert, but all the rest of them sound about right.
I mean, he played well throughout the Olympics. He's just a force defensively.
Okay, bro. Hot take. So this is a really interesting topic actually because it reminds me of the disconnect between like fans and analysts and like analytic crowd versus players. Bro, the players don't think Rudy Gobert is that good of a player.
I don't either.
Trash.
I don't either. And but when you look at when you play FIBA, right? Which
because he can just stay in the paint the whole time.
Yeah, and that's what I was kind of explaining to because like I was talking, I'm explaining the FIBA game to Ash, and I'm just like, it's different. Like Team USA has better players. Obviously, they have the best players in the world, but it's not so simple as let's just get some sweet players and go out there and beat people because the game itself is very different. Like that rule alone makes it hard for guys to just ISO and get to the rim. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no defensive 3 seconds. So a lot of teams play zone or or like Rudy Gobert can literally just stand in the paint and protect the rim. You know what I'm saying? Then they have like the cylinder rule. Like if the ball is rolling on the rim, like you can literally smack it off.
Smack it in.
Yeah. So like if the other team is shooting a free throw and it bounces on the rim, like you can smack it off the rim and
bro, that shit is nonsense, bro.
So sometimes it's like it's about if you can make that adjustment, and that doesn't happen overnight. Like it's hard to adjust to that, and then you got all these crazy different rules on top of the guys being like good players too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not hard. It's not easy, man.
I'm gonna just say this: Rudy Gobert about to go back to the NBA and get ushered off the court because he can't guard nobody in the last 5 minutes.
Facts. Yeah, man. The Olympics was dope. I enjoyed it. Good games. I watched a lot of the games, man. I'm a huge FIBA fan. Like I love international basketball, even not just the Olympics. Like I always watch the FIBA Americas, like FIBA World Cup, Eurobasket. Like I watch all that stuff because just when guys are playing for their country, man, they turn it up another level. Like, and then you get to see them kind of play a different style than they play in the pros. You know, like.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ricky Rubio is a perfect example. I'm actually a big fan of his. I like Ricky Rubio, and when he's in the NBA, he's kind of strictly a distributor. But when you watch him play for Spain, like he's the leader of that team now, and he's more aggressive as a scorer. You know what I mean? And he was really good this Olympics.
Yo, so I gotta call you out, bro. You're gonna have to explain yourself. How can you possibly be a Ricky Rubio fan based on everything that I know about what you like about basketball
Right.
players? 'Cause he is an absolute non-shooter.
Right. Well, that's the thing. When he plays for Spain, he'd be shooting it. You know what I mean? And he doesn't really shoot that much in the league, but I just remember seeing him. He's been around for a long time. Yeah.
Yes.
And my thing is, you already know the players I like, right? Like if you can't shoot bloody cash, I enjoy a good passer. You know what I'm saying? I enjoy a guy with some good court vision that can throw some sweet passes and stuff too. That's like the second kind of player that I like a lot.
Yeah, and he's definitely an elite playmaker, no doubt about that. Would you say that Ricky Rubio, based on how much hype that he had, would you say that his career has overwhelmed, underwhelmed, or been about what you expected?
So that's a good question. So internationally, like international play, FIBA stuff, Olympic stuff, I would say it lived up to the hype. But in the NBA, absolutely not. Because when he was coming out, bro, he got drafted ahead of Stephen Curry.
Yeah.
Stephen, greatest shooter of all time, 3-time NBA champion, 2-time MVP, Curry.
Yep. Yeah, that's tough.
Let me say that again.
Yeah, right.
He got drafted ahead of Curry, man. So
Yeah.
absolutely not. He did not. And I know you remember the hype was crazy.
It was ridiculous. Like Ricky Rubio was approaching like LeBron James levels of hype, bro. He was like
absolutely
crazy hyped up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Man, that hype, bro, hype can really hurt you, dog, because like even a guy like Andrew Wiggins, who, if you look at his,
that's the next. I was just about to name.
If you look at Andrew Wiggins' stats, bro, this nigga is a career 20-point per game scorer.
He's a good player. He's a straight up good player.
But the fact that he has so much hype and he didn't end up becoming literally LeBron James, people think he's trash. Like, he's not trash, dog. He's really good.
He's not in, like, when people because obviously I've been defending him for the last year. Like he straight up was a good player for the Warriors. You know what I mean? Yeah. He's a better. When you look at the Warriors' first championship team, which is my personal favorite team before KD got there, he's just a better Harrison Barnes. He's like a much better version of Harrison Barnes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So
not quite as good a shooter, but better at everything else.
I
think Harrison Barnes is a knockdown shooter.
Off the dribble, better shooter.
Then
I'm talking about Wiggins.
Yeah. Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah. Harrison Barnes is better catch and shoot player, but off the dribble, Wiggins got some.
Wiggins is a better scorer. He's just a better scorer than the Harrison Barnes. But I think in terms of like, I need you to be in this corner and knock down a jumper when I pass it to you.
Harrison Barnes. Yeah, I agree.
All right, man. So here is an anniversary for us. This is the 10-year anniversary. Wow, only been 10 years of the character Miles Morales.
Yeah, man. I think that was like last week. What can you say? Super dope. Dope. Bought back. I've always loved Spider-Man, obviously, but he just kind of been around for so long and been like the face of Marvel. I haven't read any Spider-Man comic books in forever until Miles came into the picture, man. Ultimate Spider-Man, and really got me back into Spider-Man, everything. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I think I love the character so much. The movie Into the Spider-Verse, the game, obviously, just the character has really become like one of my favorite comic book characters ever. Like, and obviously I prefer Miles over Peter.
Me too. Not only that, not only is he more relatable culturally, he's just a better character. Like he's like an adult version of Miles Morales. Miles Morales will beat the dog shit out of an adult version.
Absolutely.
It's just strong, like just a better character, stronger, more
better character,
like,
better powers, stronger.
And Peter knows that too. That's why he trained him. Like, oh, it reminds me of like Flash versus Kid Flash. That is Barry Allen versus Wally West, where Barry was like, oh, Wally got the juice. Like he's gonna be better than me one day. So I may as well train him.
Might as well help him get there.
Right. And I like, I Miles is probably in my top 5 favorite comic book characters ever. I had trouble with him though at first. We talked about this. I had trouble with Miles at first because I remember when he was
was that Bendis that was writing it at first?
Yes, when it was first announced with the first Ultimates line, when they introduced like the kind of punk version of Thor and like the Ultimate Avengers, Ultimate X-Men. I was very excited, but I was very disappointed because they went out of their way to downplay the race,
his blackness.
Miles, I mean, a lot of themes early in his career were, I don't want to be the black Spider-Man. I just want to be the regular Spider-Man. Like, bro, get out of here. And once they stopped doing that, once they just leaned into the Boricua, the New York, the Harlem, the blackness, and understanding like this is I'm not even going to say a multiracial character. Miles Morales is black, full stop, period.
Mm-hmm.
He is a multi-ethnic or a nationality because, again, I mean, here I go, activated. Puerto Rican is not a race, right? Puerto Rican is a nationality. His mother is a Puerto Rican person, right? His mother is from Puerto Rico, and his father is black, but the character is a black Puerto Rican, right? So like, and the reason why that's an important distinction is because people keep doing this thing where it's like, oh, he's half black, half Latino. Like, no, he's not. Yeah, he's black, full on. He's also Latino, full on. There is no half. These two things are separate. They don't need to be one or the other. This is not a race. Being Latin is not a race. It's are you a person of Spanish speaking descent? And in Miles' case, he is. So like the fact that they leaned all the way into that, and he could be a symbol for that Black people can feel completely connected to, and then for Latin people to also feel completely connected to, because again of how many people are both Black and Latin, it's just a perfect like Neapolitan character, especially for that city. I'm not even from New York, but like if I was a person from Harlem, I would feel really connected to that character even more so. Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Also, that the Detroit version of that character though for me is Static Shock, because Static, even though the character is not from Detroit, the person who created the character is from Detroit, which to me, since the Dakota verses, there is no Michigan as far as I'm aware. As far as I'm concerned, he's from Detroit. My guy, Static.
Yeah, man. And if you guys like Static Shock, man, there's a current run of Static Shock right now. I know the guy who's doing the art for Nicholas Draper Ivy. He's amazing, and it's actually really dope. I think it's only 3 issues in, so if you wanted to like catch up on it, you should go start grabbing.
So I wanted to start this, and I think I asked you this before. Do you know if this is like separate Dakota verse, right? Like he's not in the DC universe, correct or no?
I believe so, yeah. Okay. I've only read the first 2 so far. I think there's 3 now. I've only read the first 2, and that's what I have gotten from it so far.
Word up. Well, shout out to Virgil either way. All right, man. We've come to the point in time where we have to only pick 3. Now, it's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, and it's also been a minute since I've done this on my laptop. So hold on a second while I figure out how to do this.
Word. While you doing that? While you pulling that up, I'll be right back.
Okay. Be right back. Maybe we'll pause this in the stream, or maybe not. I don't think so. I don't want to pause it. I think I was just gonna have to listen to this because I don't feel like editing that. It's already Monday. Okay. All right. So we're going to share the screen. All right, man. All right, man. I know
Hello, friends.
You got a unique setup here. So are you able to see you can only pick 3?
That is why I grabbed the computer. Yeah, man. So we got some FIBA, some international basketball players who have kind of done their thing on the Olympic scale.
Boom.
So that's what we got. That's what we're looking at.
Okay, so here we go. We can only pick 3, starting from the top. We've got Olympic Tony Parker, Team France. I'm sure he was good. I don't really have that many memories of him. I know my 3 off top.
Let's not say that it doesn't have to be completely based in that. We're just players that, from that, I guess, some guys that represent different countries other than the United States.
Word. I mean, I think I can do it though. I think I can do mine based on strictly Olympic play. I think I got a good 3 here. So then we got my first keeper up top. Argentina's own, the greatest basketball player of all time from that country, Manu Ginobili, who I believe they won a gold medal.
They sure did. In 2004.
Yep. And they beat the dog shit out of the United States men's basketball team.
Hey man, they was getting smacked that year. I actually think they lost in the Olympics, and I think they lost in I think they played in the FIBA World Cup too and lost that year.
Yeah, they might have. I know that the U.S.
American team was out there getting blasted.
Yeah, they ended up with a bronze medal. They lost in the bronze medal game, or they lost in the semifinals and ended up beating whoever to win a bronze. But I think it was it Greece and Argentina
I think that was the final that year. Yeah.
Yeah, man, Greece had a dog squad that year. I remember they shot the bloody cash.
Yeah.
Then we've got Dirk Nowitzki, obviously the greatest at this moment, the greatest international player of all time. Although I think Luka is probably on his heels, but he's still got a lot of work to catch up. So
are we counting? So Giannis is an international player too.
He is, but that's okay. He's not on the list. But that would have made things difficult, but that's okay. I still
also question about your boy. Is Kylian Hayes from France?
He is. He'll probably be playing on that team next year.
That team's gonna be good. Dang.
Yep, they got Kylian.
They're already
Hayes.
Good. They already got USA.
They got Theo Maladon, who's good. They got We'll see what happens with Sekou Doumbouya, but I'm sure he'll probably make that team. They're going to be good. He's from Guinea technically, but he's French citizen. Yeah,
that's crazy.
And then they got that young guy, Victor Wanapam, whose name I can't pronounce, but I mean they say he's like the next kid.
Right.
So yeah, shout out to Dirk. But my next keeper is definitely going to be Paul Gasol for the Spanish national team, who has they've had a hell of a run, bro. I could easily make a big 3 out of just those 3 guys, Ricky Rubio and the Gasol brothers. That's a very respectable big 3.
Yeah, Spain had a run of the last decade. And maybe even a little longer, Spain has had the second best run in international basketball next to USA.
I agree.
And there's been times where Spain was a straight up favorite to beat them, and they didn't. But there was a time when there were people were picking them to win over USA because their team was ridiculous. I mean, they had Had Rubio. They had both of the Gasol brothers. They had Jose Calderon, Rudy Fernandez,
Yep.
Sergio Rodriguez. Remember
Serge
Serge
Ibaka
Ibaka?
randomly.
Yeah, Serge Ibaka randomly was playing with Spain. Yeah, there was a time when like if USA didn't have Bron, Kobe, you know what I'm saying, and those
Melo.
guys, Melo, D Wade, they may have not been able to beat that team. Because
Yeah.
like this team now, the team USA now, I don't think they could have beat that Spain team from the Beijing Olympics.
Oh, probably not. No, I don't think
I
so.
don't think they could have beat that team.
Yeah. All right. Then we got the younger Gasol brother, Mark Gasol, who might be my third keeper, but let me think about this for a second. And I actually don't recognize who is this. Who is number 4 from Serbia? Who is that?
That's Milos Teodosic.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
He's cold.
he played for the Clippers. He was like a 30-year-old rookie.
Yeah, he played for the Clippers.
Yeah, I remember him being like a EuroLeague legend. He didn't really make a splash in the league like I thought he would, but I mean his EuroLeague and international play speaks for itself.
He's really good.
So then we got Ricky Rubio, who was another guy who's in the conversation for my next keeper. Just an absolutely amazing international run. The way he's definitely the leader of that team, like you said. A little bit of a disappointing pro career, but he's still a pro, still a solid player.
Yeah, he's still effective and a contributor, but he was the way he was supposed to be.
He's supposed to be a multiple-time All-Star.
He's supposed to be and even if not that, he's supposed to be a franchise player. Supposed to be your starting point guard for a long time.
I mean, they were talking about him like he was on some John Stockton type shit.
Yeah, they were, bro. He was. Yeah, I remember the Steve Nash, but faster, more.
Yeah.
You know, he was.
How wrong were we about that? I mean, come on, Steve Nash.
Yep.
Steve Nash, just with the jump shooting ability, is just leaps and bounds better than Ricky Rubio.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
All right. So then we got your guy, Patty Mills. I'm going to let you talk about him. And then the third guy who I think might – I'm not going to put Luka in there yet just because this is like the first that we've seen him on this stage, on such a large stage. He was going crazy.
He's also only lost two FIBA games ever.
That's wild.
And he lost both of them here in the Olympics. He was he was like 17-0, I think.
That's wild. That's really wild. I mean, he's got a chance. I mean, you already know how I feel about Luka. He's got a chance to be. He's already an all-time. Well, not so fast. He's on pace to be an all-time great already. He's already an elite player, and he's got a chance to be the greatest international player of all time. I mean, he's really that good. But I need more. I need to see it more, and just to complete the Spain España dominance. I think I'm going to go with the other Gasol brother. I'm going to go with Mark Gasol as my third keeper. And I shout out to Mark Gasol because Mark, if you remember, he was the afterthought, bro.
He was.
Paul Gasol was the superstar, the multiple-time All-Star, the NBA champion.
It was kind of cool to see them two like trade spots,
right? And then it was Mark's turn. Mark became the superstar and the multiple-time.
And Paul's super humble, man. Like because even with the Spanish national team, you got to kind of see that get traded off from him to Mark, and Mark was like the leader. The year they won I think they won the FIBA championship, and Mark was the MVP. Like that was dope.
Yep. I was also happy to see Mark Gasol get him a championship too. He deserves it.
He got him a ring too, man. Does he got? No, he came to LA after they won. Right?
Yeah, after they. But he might, if he still plays on that team, he might get another one this year.
Yeah,
if they load the deck like they have been doing.
I mean, bro, I hate the Lakers so much, but I want Carmelo Anthony.
Oh, of course, bro. Yeah, I don't care about the rest of them niggas. I'm a LeBron fan. I want to see the LeBron legacy continue, but I'm more than anything, I want to see. Well, I mean, Melo needs a ring, bro. He's got to get a ring.
Bro, if Melo gets a ring, how many players in NBA, just basketball, how many players have ever, because he's already tied with Kevin Durant for the most medals. He's got 3 gold medals. Kevin Durant just got his 3rd one. So he's already got tied for the most gold medals in Olympic play. He's he won the NCAA championship.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a scoring title in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He's got
Yeah.
some impressive.
No, these young players don't know. Carmelo Anthony is a first ballot Hall of Famer, top
100%.
At minimum top 20 player of all time, minimum.
100%, bro. I agree. So I would love to see him get a championship, man, so he could just cap off his basketball legacy. That's my guy.
So there you go. All right, so you got your own screen, right?
I don't. So
okay.
I'm just gonna have you just. So
All right.
I know the first one is Tony Parker, right?
Yep.
I mean, obviously, I'm a huge Tony Parker fan. I actually modeled a lot of my game after him with the floater and everything. One of my all-time favorite players, period. He used to go crazy for friends. I told this story before, I think, on here. I was on tour in France with my group, Political Forces, when they beat Spain and they won the FIBA championship. And it was crazy out there. And I bought some of the newspapers home. I still have them hanging up in my room.
That's wow.
He was on the front of all the newspapers. They're having like parades. It was crazy. And I was trying to find a jersey. I was trying to buy a Tony Parker France jersey when I was out there, but I couldn't find one. But yeah, he's one of my favorite players of all time. So it's the easy first keeper for me is Tony Parker.
Easy peasy.
Next one is Ginobili.
Yep.
I mean, again, man, we talk about the greatest backcourts of an NBA history. I think number one is got to kind of be, in my opinion, I think it's Steph and Clay. Mm-hmm. And then I think you got the bad boys, right? You got Joe D and Isaiah. Mm-hmm. But I mean, bro, you'd have to really give me a crazy argument for number three to not be Tony Parker and Ginobili.
They're up there for sure.
You know what I'm saying? And because what you can't do is do the whole, Derek Fisher and Kobe, or oh man, Ron Harper and Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying?
Who?
It's got to be the two, not the one and the other guy, not Allen Iverson and Eric Snow.
Eric Snow, boy, you'll get out of here.
But yeah, Ginobili, man. I mean, the last foreign player to win a gold medal in the Olympics, other than the United States, man. Like that Argentina team was so stacked. Ginobili, remember Delfino, that little
freaky Yo, he played for the Pistons for a minute, and we thought he was the man.
He had a little sneaky bounce. He was cool.
Sneaky bounce, sneaky good shooter.
Yeah, and they had Luis Scola. That team was stacked. Also, man, all you kids now need to be thanking Manu for the Euro step, man.
Facts.
That he popularized it. He kind of brought it over here, and you guys need to be thanking that guy because that's part of everybody's game now.
Also, I think Luis Scola still plays for that national team to this day.
He did. This was kind of his swan song send off along with Pau Gasol, his last time playing for Spain too. So shout out to Ginobili. I don't know if he's going to be a keeper, but shout out to him. Who's next?
Next one is Dirk Nowitzki.
Oh man, then we got Dirk. Dirk is one of my favorite players of all time. If I wasn't so in love with the guards, he would probably be in my top five. I love him. He's the only big man that's in my favorite players ever list. Man, yeah, I love Dirk. So shout out to Dirk. I remember he used to be playing for Team Germany. They just didn't have enough, but he would be out there going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who's next?
Next one. Whoops.
Why don't you just tell me the next three?
The Gasol brothers, and then the dude from Serbia.
Powell, love Powell, man, awesome. I remember Powell when he was on Memphis because I was a big Jason Williams fan, and I used to watch a lot of Grizzlies games, and I always thought Powell was sweet. So when he went to the Lakers, I just thought that was dope. Good opportunity for him to, get seen by the world because he's always been dope. Same with Mark, man. Getting to see him kind of take the role that his brother had in the league and on the Spanish national team was dope. And then Milos Teodosis, bro, huge fan. He's so cool. I heard he was kind of a jerk. So that might be why he only played in the league for not very long. But he's a great player, great shooter, great passer. He's a star. I'm surprised he didn't play longer in the league. I think he just came over too late.
Yeah, I was gonna say if he had to come over earlier, I'm sure he would have been a star. Because he was literally he's like our age.
Yeah.
Maybe a little older. Because he was like 31 like 4 years ago.
Yeah, he's a superstar for sure. I think he's straight up been MVP of EuroLeague before.
Yeah.
But yeah,
so then the next three are Rubio, Doncic, and Patty.
All right. Then we got Ricky Rubio, who we just talked about. The hype was crazy. I'm a fan. Like I'm a fan of Rubio. I like him in the league and international play. I would love if the Warriors picked him up. I like him. But then we got my second keeper, Patty Mills. I mean, I love this guy, man. Just straight up one of my favorite players. He's just a beast in Olympic play. Always kills Team USA. Finally won him a medal. One of my favorite players, man. So he's my second keeper. We got Luka. I'm not the biggest Luka fan, man. Like, and then I mean, obviously he's amazing, and I do think he has a chance to be the greatest European foreign player of all time in the NBA. But man, he got kind of a crappy attitude, dog, and I got to see that,
And the basketball hipsters, dog. Hey, really a white superstar.
Right. Well, I haven't really watched much Luka in the league. I mean, other than highlights and stuff. So, and I mean, I see him when he plays against the Warriors because I watch all 82 Warriors games every year. But this is the first time I really watched him play like that in the Olympics, and he got kind of a crappy attitude, bro, and it kind of turned me off him a little bit. So we got Tony, we got Patty Mills. My third keeper, bro, is gonna be Dirk, man. I can't not pick Dirk. That's my guy. I'm going Tony, Patty, and Dirk.
Strong. Can't go wrong with that, man. It's a super strong team. All right, man. So now it's time. It's time to
top five of the day.
To get back to the top fives, and then we're gonna get out of here. So this is a really interesting topic, bro. What was break the topic down for us?
It is, man. So back to the top five of the day. We have talked about a little bit of everything today. We're gonna talk about a lot of sports, wrestling, some comic book stuff, Ninja Turtles. So we're gonna get back on some comic book stuff. This is kind of a sensitive subject for some people. Give me your top five favorite characters from any universe that you think would be able to lift Thor's hammer.
Right.
It's not a strength thing, right? It's about being worthy.
Yes. What is it? What's the limerick? Whoever is judged worthy shall have the power of Thor, something like that.
Yeah, he's whoever wields this hammer, if he be worthy, shall possess the power of Thor.
There you go.
That's what it is.
So the point is, you have to be worthy. You have to be pure of heart, or of. I don't even actually know pure of heart, because Thor is not always pure of heart, and he has been deemed unworthy several times. But you have to have a hero's spirit and like truly selfless, right? And so there are a few. I think I'm gonna have at least one person that you're gonna have. So okay. I don't mean to steal your thunder, but I'm gonna start off with number one. I'm gonna definitely go with Aang from Avatar.
Oh, love it. Love it.
Anybody who's seen anything Aang, I mean, it just is as soon as the first episode, you just get to see how pure of a spirit he is. And if there was anyone who was worthy of anything to be bestowed upon a miraculous power, I would definitely say it's Aang. So that he's going to be my number 5. My number 4. I'm really kind of going a little wacky here, but I'm going to go with Kofi Mania, Kofi Kingston. If he was a if there was a real life Thor's hammer, that version of Kofi Kingston would absolutely be worthy of the hammer. I mean, that's one of the purest baby faces since like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat back in the 80s. So really, really enjoyed that run, enjoyed that story, and he is worthy and should be bestowed upon the powers of Thor, man. Kofi, Loki, Thorfy, boom.
Hey, I had a phone call while you were saying that. Did anything crazy happen?
No, you're good.
Oh, okay, good.
I was just saying Kofi
Mania. Phenomenal pick.
Yeah, Kofi Mania, Kofi. Trophy, Thorfy.
Super unexpected. That's a great pick.
Right.
I love that.
So then I got this is a pretty common one. People say this one all the time, but I'm gonna go with Gohan from Dragon Ball Z, specifically Teen Gohan. Actually, before Teen Gohan, because Teen Gohan was he had some malice in his heart, bro.
He was a little, yeah.
Once they did Android 16,
he was punching them Cell Juniors in the paprika.
Right, into fucking baby powder. But yeah, once they did Android 16 like they did him, he had some hate in his heart, dog.
He did, bro.
And that's actually
he had a little malice in his eyes,
bro. That's why he lost. That's why he didn't lose, but that's why that fight lasted as long as he did. Because Goku was like, bro, if he don't stop fucking around with this nigga and just get him out, but now Gohan was like, no, I want him to suffer more. So
no, I want to play with my food. I'm evil now.
Yeah, that version of Gohan would not be ready. But baby Gohan, like Gohan up until the Cell Saga, I think. And here's a good indication of it, bro, because if you think about the Flying Nimbus, has very similar criteria to Mjolnir. And the only people that we saw who could do the Nimbus were Gohan, Goku, and Oob. Was there anybody else?
I don't think so.
Maybe like Goten. I thought about Goten for a second, but then if you look at Dragon Ball GT Goten, bro, Dragon Ball GT Goten was all about the hoes, bro. Like he was all about the ladies. Nothing exactly wrong with that, but I mean, the way he was going at him, I don't know if that was exactly pure of heart, but anyways. So I've said this one before. This is one of my favorite picks here, but I'm gonna go number 2. I gotta go with light spoilers here. Actually heavy spoilers.
Oh,
but if you are a fan of the show, then you already know, and you know that you know. But I'm gonna go with King. Let me make sure I get this right. Aegon Targaryen the seventh of his name, Lord of the Andals, Protector of Men. What y'all know the saying? Who better known as Jon Snow, would be from Game of Thrones. Obviously, would be the guy who I would say is also worthy, even though you already know what he would say once somebody handed him that goddamn hammer. I don't want it.
I don't want it.
Jon Snow. Is it Aegon the 7th? I think it's 7th of his name. He's the secret son of the brother of the sister of Ned Stark, who is having a brain fart here. Shut up, Edmund. I already know this. Just screaming it into your phone right now. God damn it. Layla, something L Stark. I don't remember. And then the son of the Mad King. Bro, why am I having a brain fart here? I can't think of his name. Whatever. You guys know who the fuck I'm talking about. Those guys had a child, and it was secretly Jon Snow. But he was deemed worthy, and I think he would have the power of Thor. Now, I got a numbers 1A and B, and here's the reason why. So you say same universe, a different universe. So my number 1 was going to be Storm, who has already had.
Love it.
She's already had Mjolnir at least once. But technically speaking, Storm is in the MC. She's in the Marvel universe. It's technically the same universe as Thor. So with that in mind, my 1B is going to be a person that we actually talked about earlier in this podcast, a young man by the name of Virgil Hawkins. Static.
Oh, I love it.
Static was, very much him and Miles Morales are very similar characters, both pure of heart, both like just genuine good guys with their whole block, so to speak, on their shoulders, having to represent an entire community, and they do it in a very upstanding way. So shout out to Virgil, Static Shock. I do think that he would be worthy and has the power set to match to have the power of Thor. So 5 was Aang, 4 was Kofi Mania, 3 was Gohan, 2 was Jon Snow, 1 was Storm/Static Shock. Boom.
I love it. I love it, man. Very good. Before I go, I just want to say how hilarious I think it is that we both have a professional wrestler on our list. I think that's.
Oh, I already know who yours is. So hold on. You have your phone on you right now?
I don't.
Okay. I was about to text you who I think it is. I want you to look at it afterwards.
All right, we're gonna see if you get it right or not.
All right, bet.
All right. It's coming in at number 5 for my list, man. Top 5 characters who I think can wield Thor's hammer. Coming in at number 5, I'm going with Minato from Naruto, man. 4th Hokage, Yellow Flash. I just think that as soon as his son was born, he just completely was like, "I'll do whatever it takes to save this kid." You know what I mean?
Lyanna Stark. Fucking hell. Sorry.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that Minato was. I still think he's the best Hokage. He just he'll do anything to save the village and to save his family. So he's my number 5.
Also, Rhaegar was the king the prince that
you were trying to say.
Rhaegar and Lyanna, fucking idiot.
Coming in at number
R equals J. That's like the oldest fan theory of all time. Anyways, carry on.
Game of Thrones. Coming in at number 4. This is gonna be my professional wrestler on my list. I'm going with Hiroshi Tanahashi, man.
That was number 2 on my list.
Oh, was it? Okay.
I thought it was either going to be Tanahashi or Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Yes. I thought about, that's the other one I was thinking about. So that's hilarious. But my number 4 is Hiroshi Tanahashi, man. Next to Ricky Steamboat, it's the greatest babyface of all time. He's just the protector of that company. Like, you know what I'm saying? Anytime somebody comes in and threatens anything with the company, the way they're doing things, a wrestler that's changing, here comes Tanahashi. No matter how old he is, he's stepping up. He's defending the honor of New Japan Pro Wrestling 100%. This dude, he's a literal superhero, man. Like he's a superhero, man. He's the man. Great wrestler. Some of the best matches you'll ever see. Literally saved that company from going under, like in the 2000s. Just a legend and an actual superhero. So my number 4 is going to be Hiroshi Tanahashi. My number 3, man. Hey, man. My number 3 is going to be Ash Ketchum.
Oh my God, such a good
without a doubt, Ash is 100% worthy. Ash he don't catch Pokemon, he befriends them.
Yep.
Nobody cares more about the well-being of Pokemon. Ash, this dude straight up has a relationship with like every legendary Pokemon ever. You know what I'm saying?
Right. They like remember him. Like, oh yeah, that's Ash.
That's Ash. Yeah.
That's my guy. I got his number on speed dial.
For sure, man. Like,
except for Mewtwo. Him and Mewtwo be having problems.
Obviously. Ash did try to fade Mewtwo, try to punch Mewtwo. But Ash is he's so pure of heart, bro. Like Ash got one of the purest hearts in all of fiction. Literally. Like he has not an ounce of corrupt nature in his heart.
Facts.
Not even a little bit. And coming in at number 2, it's another character. This is the one character that we share. Another character is just the purest heart, and it's gonna be Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender. Um, when I think of this specific topic, I always think of how Aang went. He was just went out of his way to find a way to beat Ozai without killing. You know what I mean? And despite him reaching into his past lives and getting advice, and everybody said he had to kill him. Like everybody, he was around him. He was looking for wisdom from his past selves, and they were saying that he had to kill him, and he still found a way to beat Ozai without killing him. Purest heart ever. Aang is definitely worthy of lifting Thor's hammer.
Yep.
And then my number one, man. Just a great leader, absolutely one of the most selfless characters in fiction who do anything for his brothers. That's Leo from Ninja Turtles. I think Leonardo, man, just great leader, would absolutely die if it meant his brothers could survive at the drop of a dime. Super selfless guy. That's my number one. Absolutely worthy, great warrior, leader, and just again another character with a super pure heart, man. That's my top five. Number five, who was my number? Oh, Minato. Number four, Hiroshi Tanahashi, the wrestler. Number three, Ash Ketchum. Number two, Avatar Aang. And number one, Leonardo from Ninja Turtles. My honorable mention, man, I gotta give honorable mention to Midoriya from My Hero Academia.
Oh, hell yeah.
Little emotional, but definitely has like the purest heart ever.
Or Lemillion. What's his name? Mirio?
Oh yeah, him too, for sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. He would make an awesome Thor.
Absolutely. He even kind of looks like him a little bit.
He even kind of looks like him a little bit. Yeah. So that would have been another really, really good pick.
What about All Might? Would All Might?
For sure. I think All Might as well. Yep. Those are all good picks, man. Those three. Those would have been really good picks. But that's mine, man. It's episode 93. Remote style in the books.
Yes, sir.
Live from our cribs. Hey man, y'all stay tuned. August 20th. The Ghost of Tsushima director's cut expansion is dropping, but maybe we have something for you too on August 20th.
Yes.
Maybe it has to do with Ghost of Tsushima.
Maybe.
Who knows? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Y'all gotta stay tuned.
We'll
all
see.
Right, bro.
Yes, sir.
Episode 93. Thank y'all for listening. Stay tuned. August 20th. Save it. Remind yourself. All right, y'all. Peace.
Hey, yo. Check it.
Welcome back, hero.
My word is my sword, Hokage Tosai, pulling the blades out of the forge, yo. Prior to my knowledge of the Force, was thinking Jedi, but through obtaining holocrons from both sides, I'm under gray skies. Everything that glitter ain't kyber crystal, my mind to lift you. In this time we shine together, disarm your pistol, yo. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash. Welcome to the SwordCast, my wordplay, my swordplay when blades clash.